In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one God, amen. Beloved brothers and sisters in Christ, good morning. May glory, praise, adoration, and glorification be to the Heavenly Father who woke us up from our sleep and brought us to this hour of the day so that we gather together in the Spirit and talk to Him in our prayers and glorify Him, worship Him, adore Him in our communal service. With His blessings and grace, we were able to finish our divine liturgy and praise the Lord. Now we're going to have English songs. Afterwards, we're going to have brief only, the weekly chant, and we'll end our today's service. Thank you so very much for joining us, and thank you for your patience. Please stay with us. Now we're going to have our English songs presented by our beloved brother Adam and our beloved sister Yamlak. And to Ruth, Fabian, and Hannah will join us with Carol. And you can join us with Julie, right? So praise the Lord. God is omnipresent, God is everywhere. Although because of the COVID-19 safety issues, you are not able to come in person, your home itself is a mini church. God is with you too. So make sure that you praise God, you glorify God in your gathering as well. Thank you.
Lord, Lord, forgive me, give me a repentant heart. I can't do it alone. Lord, be my strength. Lord, be my strength. My soul longs for you. Show me your truth. Show me your truth. Help me cry and regret my sin. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Give me a repentant heart. Saint Mary is superior among all creation. Saint Mary is superior among all creation. Divine fire did not consume her. 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 Saint Mary is superior among all creation. Saint Mary is superior among all creation. Divine fire did not consume her. 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 Saint Mary is superior among all creation. Saint Mary is superior among all creation. Divine fire did not consume her. 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 I am happy, I'm going to regret it. I am happy, I'm going to regret it. Io am stata bene voce. Io am stata bene voce. Io am stata bene voce. Io am stata bene voce.
Thank you so very much, our beloved brother Adam and all the deacons, our beloved sister Yamlak, and our choir members, the youth. Thank you so very much for this uplifting, inspiring song. The first song briefly talks about the life of repentance, and as we went through the lyrics, you can relate each lyric to scripture. So in the Orthodox Church, whenever we preach, we talk, we teach about repentance or the life of confession. There are three prominent figures: Adam, David, and Peter. And the lyrics ask the Almighty God, give me the tips of King David to wash the dirt of my sin. Give me the tips of Peter to cleanse me from the stains of sin. And I can't do it alone by myself. This is exactly what Jesus told us in the Gospel of John chapter 15, verse 4. You can't do nothing without me. So as preachers, we should rely on Him. We should depend on Him. So it allows us to be humble, sincere, and to approach God with the spirit of humility and sincerity and ask His help, His grace, His power, His blessings to fulfill His divine will. So it's a great message. So we should take message to our heart. And the second one of the Marian figures or types in the Bible is the burning bush. And the burning bush was not consumed by the fire. In the book of Exodus chapter 3, verses 7 to 10. And the burning bush was the symbolism of Saint Mary, and the fire was the symbolism of the divinity. So as the burning bush was not consumed by the fire, so also when Saint Mary conceived the Son of God, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the fire of His divinity didn't consume her. So that's Old Testament imagery is fulfilled in the Incarnation. Just 4 lines, but deep meaning. Once again, thank you so much all. Now we're going to have our brief sermon from today on for the team's recommendation, who are helping to organize this Saturday Divine Liturgy English service, the Qadasi, the Mazmurs, and the weekly challenge. They came up with a topic to talk for a few weeks. How could we grow? How could we keep faith and grow spiritually as we are going through difficult times, hard times? So based on that, today's lesson, the main topic will be overcoming difficulty to nourish spirituality, or overcoming our difficulties and nourish our spirituality. So today we're going to see why we have to go through hard times in life. Why? Why we have to go through tough times, rough times. Is there something good out of it? What's God's will in that? And what do we learn? In each and every walk of life, there is challenge, there is difficulty, trial. What's the purpose behind? Is it because of our sin? Because we are not faithful enough, we are not good enough? Why those things happen? What does the Bible teach us? What's the church stand on that? I will explain these in the coming weeks. For today, we're going to see why difficulties, why tough times, rough times in life. And I'm going to mention only the first point. Then we'll see the next point next week, God willing. The opening verse is from the book of James chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Unless we go deep and see God's will in our trials, in our difficult times, rough times, hard times, it's hard to be joyful always. If you read Philippians chapter 4, verse 1, rejoice in the Lord always. How could it be possible to be happy always? We can't be healthy always. Sometimes we get sick. We can't have things always. We don't gain all the time. Sometimes we lose. How could it be possible to remain joyful when you lose, when you are sick? We are not in a better condition. When life is treating us harsh, how could we maintain our joy, our faith, our peace of mind? So that's what the apostle brought to our attention. Consider it pure joy, given that you are faithful of God. You keep in touch with God on regular basis. Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds. Students have their own trials. Parents have their own trials. Employees, they have their own. Married people, they have their own. People in relationship, they have their own. Regardless of which walks of life we are in, we always face trials of many kinds. Trials come to life in many kinds, in many forms, in many ways. Our physical and spiritual walks of life. So how would it be possible to take joy out of it, good out of it? We're going to see that. Because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. That's one of the main virtues of Christian life. To have unwavering faith in God. To stand firmly where we are. We should acknowledge that too many problems are not greater than God. God is greater than anything and everything. So as we unfold each and every aspect of this important topic in our life, we will see as each page unfolds, each trial after trial has something for us. John Chrysostom, when he reflected on the nativity of Jesus, he said something remarkable. Precious gold was wrapped with linen cloth or swaddling cloth, and he was laid in the manger. So, those wicked people saw only the swaddling cloth and they passed by. However, the three wise men, they opened the swaddling cloth and they acquired the precious gold. So if you see only the external aspects of your trials, and one is embedded in there, is not visible to you, you might lose greatest blessings of life. There are some people, whenever they plan to give some sort of gift for a friend or family member, whoever be, they take more time looking for the wrap instead of the gift. They pay attention. Sometimes people might give you a gift worth of $5 wrapped with a $10 worth wrap. So try to go inside, deeper. As we peel onion, layers after layers, layers after layers, until you get to the very bottom. Trials, as you unfold each page of trial, there is something precious for your life. So be faithful, be prayerful, be hopeful, be thankful, and be mindful. In the book of Micah chapter 7 verse 8, though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. So, there is a parallel between darkness and light. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. These are two extremes. God can give us His marvelous light as we sit in darkness. So trials, temptations, difficulties, rough times, tough times, hard times, darkness. Yet the God whom we love and serve is eternal light, and He will move things around. He will change things, and He will make it for our advantage. And He will let us to learn something great, life-changing lesson, turning point is right there. So though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. Back in the days, before people became almost digital in terms of photography, back in the days, if you remember those photographs taken with a camera that takes a film, we always take the negative to get developed at the photography store or shop. And always those people develop those negatives in the darkness. There is spiritual growth, there is revival, there is new insight, new outlook as we get out of darkness of trials. Why? The God whom we love and serve is eternal light. So though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. So our end what should be the eternal light. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. So we should be hopeful. We should never get discouraged. We shouldn't give up. Despair has nothing to do with Christian life. Christian life is full of hope. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and forever. If today is better than yesterday, we know that tomorrow will be better than today. Because God, whom we love and serve, belongs to yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever. Keep this in mind. The first question is, why tough times and difficult situations? As of now, if we look back, in each and every walk of our life, we can collect some footprints that we're going through rough and tough times. And we have to deal with difficult situations, sometimes to a point to where we can't even think what good things could come out of these. It's going to be the end of my life, that's all my dreams, all my goals, all my efforts, all my visions. So why tough times and difficult situations? From biblical perspective, just put the Bible as your lens and try to see and take the message and live up to these biblical values. The first purpose is to let us practice and learn the various rhythms of life. Music has rhythm. Nature, seasons have their own rhythm. If the entire year is fall, it's going to be boring. If the entire year is winter, it's going to be boring. If the entire year is spring, life will not be fun. If the entire year is summer, there is no great joy. So fall has its own beauty, pros and cons. Winter, spring, and summer. Rhythm of season. So whenever each rhythm of season unfolds, it brings new insight for our eyes. During winter time, we saw only hibernated trees and plants. When spring and summer, our insight will be different. What we see, what we smell, what we hear. The birds singing, the rivers, the plants, trees, flowers, lilies. That all this external rhythm of beauty of nature transforms our spirits, minds from the inside out. If 24 hours is all day, we can't enjoy. If the 24 hours is all night, we can't enjoy. So you have rhythm of day and night, rhythm of season. If a person's entire lifetime is only childhood, no joy. Childhood has its own beauty. When it became adolescent, it has its own beauty. Then adult, its own beauty. When you have gray hair, sign of wisdom, it has its own beauty. So God allows us to experience, to explore the various blessings embedded in each and every aspect of rhythms of life. So why we should go through rough times, tough times, and difficult situations, the first purpose is to let us practice and learn the various rhythms of life. Should we be thankful? Yes. Should we be happy? Yes. Are you supposed to be thankful and joyful? Yes. Why? Tough times, difficult situations are not end in themselves. They are means to lead us to a greater end. In the book of Psalm 119, verse 17, we read, "It's good for me that I have been afflicted, that I may learn your statutes." What? It's good for me that I have been afflicted? What's good in there? Behind afflictions, tribulations, hard times, rough times. Well, if you recognize, discern God's will, and if you live in accordance to God's will, you know that God will never let you put in tough times, rough times, difficult situations that will ruin your life. God's purpose is to teach you something concrete, tangible. A lesson that we will carry over throughout the rest of our lifetimes. So it's good for me that I've been afflicted. It depends. Sometimes as we are going through rough times, difficult situations, there might be a possibility to see God's will and get relaxed. Sometimes God might let you realize His purpose after you went through, like the people of Israel. When they crossed the Red Sea, in the middle of their journey, we never saw them singing and praising God. At the very end of the sea, they turned back and they saw what God has done for them. Then Miriam, Aaron's sister, she picked up a drum and she led the Israelites people in an amazing song. And sometimes we might even never discern, recognize what God's will is for us until the last breath of our life. It depends. Regardless, one thing we have to know is our God is all good. All His plans for us is good. No matter what happened to us, no matter in whatever situations we are in. So it's good for me that I've been afflicted. Why? Post-affliction lifestyle became totally different. God will transform me. God will change me. Why the Lord me? Put gold in fire. To purify. To refine. One Coptic Orthodox girl went to the goldsmith and asked him. In the book of Zephaniah it says, God said, I shall refine you like a gold, the way the goldsmith refines his gold. So what does it mean that he made quite clear for her? Okay, I put fire on the gold, or I put the gold in the fire. Then I decided that it's time for me to take the gold out of the fire only when I'm able to see my own image, my own picture in the gold, which means the gold became pure enough to show my picture. So the fire refines, purifies the gold. It will never ruin it. So God led us to go through trials and tribulations until we are able to reflect God's glory in each and every walk of our life. So it has a refining purpose, not ruining purpose. All sun and no rain makes a desert. It's an African saying. The entire year, if it's all sun and there's no rain, desert, meaning no vegetation, no plantation, no crops. That's going to be a year of drought. So if life is always to be happy, joyful, no ups and downs, no tribulations, then will be barren tree, meaning deprived of the spiritual fruits that bear witness to what extent God helped us, God made us to go through all those ups and downs. At the end of the day, it's God who took glory and praise for what He did for us. The Israelites never gave any credit to any created being. They praised God, they glorified God, they sing to God who let them cross the Red Sea. So all sun and no rain makes desert. And the other way around. All rain, no sun, it's going to be flat. So there should be a middle ground. There should be a moderate lifestyle. Just from my readings in class. One parishioner, church member, she picked up her phone and she called the pastor on Monday. In North America, there is a very nice culture. Monday is the day for priests and pastors, because they have been super busy over the weekend. So I phoned you yesterday, but I couldn't get you. Then, no, said the pastor, Monday is my day off. Then the parishioner was a kind of perplexed. What? a day off, the devil never takes a day off. That's right, said the priest. And if I didn't have a day off, I would be just like him, a devil. What does it mean? If you have to study Monday to Sunday, if we have to work Monday to Sunday with no break, life will be boring. God made the entire universe from Sunday to Friday, and Saturday he rested, and he gave us a day of rest. Another reason, be away from what you have been occupied with, and enjoy, reflect on life, be thankful, do other things. There are lots of things to explore in life. So, rhythm of life. The greatest difficulty of youth. Now I'm going to take you back to ancient Greek philosophy. The youth get out of one extreme without falling into the opposite extreme. So we have to be wise enough. When you get out of one extreme, because it's against God's will, it ruins your life, it doesn't serve any purpose, you have to know where to stand. It doesn't mean that you have to go to the other very extreme. So you should find a middle ground, moderate lifestyle. For with God nothing will be impossible. Luke chapter 1 verse 37. Nothing before, nothing after ever happened. The Son of God became the Son of Human without conceived. And Saint Mary became a virgin mother. She's not a virgin, she's also a mother. She's not only a mother, but she's a virgin. No human being on earth before and after was privileged to be a virgin mother. So with God, nothing is impossible. Why I mention this verse? No matter how complex, how difficult, how frustrating, how hard, how serious, how dark might seem, our rough and tough times, the difficult situations we are in, God is omnipotent, which is capable of doing anything and everything. And the early church fathers had a wonderful saying: if you find that your God is lesser than your problem, then you are worshiping the wrong God. Why? God should always be above and beyond anything and everything. Then another powerful saying from Elizabeth Elliot: if the leaves had not been let go to fall and wither, if the tree had not consented to be skeleton for many months, there will be no new life rising, no bud, no flower, no fruit, no seed, no new generation. That's so interesting. I'll take you back to the rhythm of life in the context of rhythm of nature. So trees and leaves are willing to go hibernate during winter season so that they might blossom again in spring and summer. If no hibernate, there will be no blossom. If there is no death, there will be no hope of resurrection, new life. If there was no Lenten season, there will be no Paschal Easter season. If there is no hard working, there will be no graduation. There's no gown, there's no crown. If there is no carrying of the cross, there will be no crown of life. So shortcut is a way of devil, it's not way of God. If you remember, the devil approached Jesus, right? After he came, he fasted 40 days and 40 nights. And the first temptation was, if you are the Son of God, make these rocks or stones to bread and let's eat it. And if you go back to Genesis, there is a way that God wants each one of us to eat bread. How to eat bread? Work hard. And with the sweat of your hard work, you shall eat your bread. So you have to work hard. But the devil told Jesus just to make those rocks or stones bread and eat. Meaning without putting any effort and time, shortcut. So do not ever take a shortcut route in life. Do whatever is right before God's eyes and right to your conscience. And do not negate your conscience. Conscience is the ultimate arbiter of morality after God. It's a divine spark. You know, if you take each and every walk of your life, sometimes, even if nobody is around you, whenever you think something great, whenever you see something nice, whenever you do something good, although there is nobody around you, your conscience inside will praise you. What you think is great, keep it up. What you said is nice. What you did is good, keep it up. Divine spark. On the other hand, although there is nobody around you, if bad thought came to you and you entertained that, or you said something ungodly, or you did something wrong, although there is nobody is there around you, your conscience inside will bother you, blames you. You are not supposed to think this. You are not supposed to say that. You are not act this way or that way. Why? Divine spark. We are created in the divine image and likeness of God. So anything and everything humans do against the dictation of their conscience is a grave sin. So we should listen. First, we need to inform our conscience with God's word and God's will. Then we have to listen to the dictation of our conscience and we should follow. If our conscience is not informed with God's word and God's will, and not inspired, guided with prayer, our conscience might mislead us. If you don't update your navigator, your GPS, you might end up going elsewhere. I remember some 11 years ago, I was in Vatican in Italy, and one person was kind enough to invite few of us, the clergy, to his house for lunch. Then he happened to be in Milano and Paris a few weeks before he came back to Rome. Then I don't know what he put in the GPS. He was supposed to take us his home, but we ended up going elsewhere. So if you don't update your conscience with God's word and prayer and other religious practices, then your conscience might mislead you. So as long as the conscience is informed and uplifted, inspired, guided with the Holy Spirit, it's always good to follow your conscience. Back to our point. The leaves and trees are willing to hibernate during winter. Why? To hibernate means temporarily die. Temporarily. To hibernate means get rid of what you have. Is it good? It doesn't look good. But when winter unfolds, summer unfolds, we see how good it was back then. So hard times, tough times, rough times, difficult situations might urge us to get rid of things. We might be out of our comfort zone, but that's not the end goal. So we should look up to the highest goals of life that God set ahead of us. I think that's enough for today. So the first point you should keep in mind, why we should go through tribulations, rough, hard times, why we have to be in difficult situations. The first reason is to learn and practice the various rhythms of life. Unless we explore and learn and test, you might not appreciate it. So may the Almighty God help us to see the rhythms of life that He stored for each one of us, and may He help us to live up to those highest goals that He graciously set ahead of us. Next time we'll explore the second and third reason. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention. In light of the topic, overcoming difficulty to nourish spirituality, please feel free to inbox us or share your comments, questions, stories, difficulties with us. Some of the questions we might answer, some of your stories you might share so that others might learn. We all are one in Christ. So we can learn from others' triumphs and their success. We can learn from other failures and the way how they managed to get out of it. So feel free to inbox us or share with us your questions, comments, and suggestions. And also those of you who didn't subscribe to our church Facebook page or YouTube or Instagram page, please do so and share with as many friends and family members as you can, so that we may reach as many people as possible. That's God's will and God's blessing. The moment you share some blessing with others, then you have it in abundance. The more you share, the more you get it in abundance. That's what God said. God blessed Adam and Eve, said, be multiplied. Jesus blessed the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, and he fed 5,000 and 12. They were leftovers, right? So always God's blessing, abundance after abundance, grace after grace, gift after gift. So we can have our weekly challenge, and Yamla will present those weekly challenges. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for attention. God bless you.
Thank you, Cassis. Good morning, everyone. To begin with, thank you to all of those who have reached out and shared their responses from the previous challenges. Please keep doing so, and thank you for keeping up. So for this week, our first challenge will be dealing with the annual feast of Archangel St. Michael. That will be this coming Friday. And so the challenge is to read the Synaxarium that is on the church's website. We'll share the link on our Instagram page, Facebook, as well. We'll try our best to create a post on Instagram. So it is to read and reflect on the Synaxarium for Sene 12. Sene is S-E-N-N-E. That is how it is written on the website. So try your best to get that read and reflected upon throughout the week. And the second challenge is to invite a friend to the English class or the English Divine Liturgy by sending them the link. We have the link on Facebook and YouTube. And in addition to that, please go above and beyond and share a Bible verse. The Bible verse is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. Again, the verse is from chapter 13, verse 16 in the book of Hebrews. I wish you all a good luck. Please feel free to always DM us on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amlak. So through the Divine Liturgy, special blessings come to you. Through the English Mezmurs, another blessing. Through the sermon, another blessing. Through the weekly challenge, another blessing. More of engaging and interactive. So I kindly encourage all of you to take some time and put some effort and come up with something. And you have a week, no excuse. You can write a good essay, at least 10 to 15 pages, double space within a week. So 2 challenges is a piece of cake, honestly speaking. Wish all the best. Those of you who did an outstanding job, feel free to inbox us or message us and recognize you. We might tip you as well. Thank you. A blessed week. Good luck. God bless.
Bow your heads in front of the Lord our God, that he may bless us at the hand of his servant, the priest.
Amen. May he bless us at the hand of his servant, the priest. O Lord, save your people and bless your inheritance. O Lord, save your people and bless your inheritance. O Lord, save your people and bless your inheritance. Feed them, lift them up forever, and keep your church which you did purchase and ransom with the precious blood of your only begotten Son, our Lord and our God and our Savior Jesus Christ, and which you have you have called to be a dwelling place for kings and rulers, for pure, tender, and holy people, you who have come and gathered and prayed in this holy church, and those of you who joined us live and you have received the holy, precious blood, body and blood of Christ, drunk the precious blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. May He forgive your sins which you have committed willingly or unwillingly. May He forgive your past sins and keep you from future ones for the sake of His body, for the divine body, and for the sake of His blood, the blood of the covenant of Jesus, the Son of the Lord of hosts and the Son of pure Mary, who has sealed with the virginity of her conscience and body, world without end. Amen. Let us say, Christ Lord, have pity upon us 12 times. Christ Lord, have pity upon us. 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 Let's say, Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. Christ Lord, have pity upon us for Our Lady Mary's sake. The Lord be with you all and with your spirit. Amen. May God bless us, His servants, in peace. Remission be unto who have received your body and your blood. Enable us by the Spirit to tread upon all the power of the enemy. We all hope for the blessing of your holy hand, which is full of mercy. From all evil works keep us apart, and in good works unite us. Blessed be He that hath given us His body, His holy body, and His precious blood. We have received grace and we have found life by the power of the cross of Jesus Christ. Unto you, Lord, do we give thanks for that we have received grace from the Holy Spirit.
You go in peace.
Have a blessed one.